Hello everyone joining in on the live. So as I mentioned, we are waiting on Mr. Killer. He's been very busy today following a protest that was held yesterday in Grenada. He wrote this song, We Want Justice, and performed it. Well, I don't know if he performed the essay, but he wrote it. And then there was a march in Grenada, just, in response to all of the civil unrest that's been going on here in the United States. So I think it's amazing. So we'll talk to him about this song, why it was important for him to, write this song, and to talk about what it was like protesting in Grenada yesterday. I mean, they actually protested outside of the U.S. Embassy, so I think that that's major. So, Yolanda, big up yourself. Raylene, still a weird pandemon of the hour, waiting on Mr. Killa to join in the live. It was a last minute type of request, but I just had to do it. Have I ever traveled during civil unrest? Not that I don't know that I've ever been in any kind of civil unrest to this magnitude. I don't know that anyone on this live has lived through this type of civil unrest. I mean, I've never seen anything like this in my lifetime. So, no, sir, I haven't even witnessed it, much less to travel during this time. So if you guys are, hopping off and on, we're just, waiting for Mr. Killer. So if you want to hop off and come back, we're waiting for Mr. Killer to join us. He is doing some press today following protests that were held in Grenada yesterday at the U.S. Embassy. It was organized by a group of defense lawyers, and of course it was, Mr. Killer was in the presence, and he did this song. So, big up to Mr. Killer. And the protesters yesterday actually walked with a petition that they delivered to the U.S. Embassy that they want delivered to the embassy in Washington. So they were delivering a serious message yesterday, and the embassy let them know that there is ongoing investigations taking place on the federal and state levels regarding George Floyd, who was, just put to rest today in his hometown of Houston, Texas. So RIP to George Floyd and his family, who are just suffering immeasurable grief right now. So, I think, again, that it's amazing that a Caribbean man would, be part of a protest for something that's happening here in the United States. But that's how we are. We are Caribbeans, and we are compassionate, and we are caring, and we are loving, and we're always about one love. Big up Caribbean Life TV. So just waiting for Mr. Killer to wrap up his prior interview. He's very busy. He's in demand. So we are just waiting to be joined by him, and we will talk to him. He should be coming on shortly. I just got a message, so Yes, he is originally from Grenada, Mr. Killer. Um, but you know, you can always ask him where he's from. But yes, he's from Grenada, and he is the 2019 International Soca Monarch in Trinidad and Grenada. What was his last popular song? Well, you know, his big song of last year was Run With It. They played that 24/7. Big up yourself, Brad Hemming. So again, just waiting on Mr. Killer. Mr. Killer has joined us. So I'm going to get him on. Mr.
Blessed love and greetings.
Blessed love and greetings to you. We've been playing your song here. We want justice. And so, first and foremost, thank you for joining me here. I want you to tell everyone what inspired you to write this song. Why was it important for you?
Well, been waiting. You know, I was just speaking to one of my friends shortly, and I was saying to them that there was something very unique about what was happening. What was happening recently in the streets. That is happening, sorry, recently in the streets. Hold on, just give me one moment. Let me just fix something here.
Oh, sure, no problem. You are seeing the visuals there of We Want Justice uh, for the song that we're talking about, We Want Justice. Those are the visuals that you see there playing. It's the song that I've been playing.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so
Yeah,
as I was saying to you, what really struck the note for me actually doing this song is that for so long I feel like we've been struggling, and there is something unique happening at the moment as a young black man growing up in this world, seeing how black people have been treated for 400 years of slavery and going through all of that and being out at the end of the other tunnel now and still being treated that way. It strike a nerve. You know, it's a life that I live. I am a black man. And something else was happening. And this whole event with our brother George Floyd being murdered in the street came to shake that triangle that was being created. And this triangle I see is this. Some people at the top and want to keep us at the bottom. And I want my brothers and my sisters to understand, if they are at the top and this is a pyramid and we are at the bottom like this, that still means that we are the foundation. And it's
right.
only for us to now come together, and it is the only way that we can shape the whole pyramid. You know what I mean?
Well,
And
absolutely.
people don't see that application sometimes, and I feel it's because my mind is applied to life on a whole, and the experience that we are having in that way. I found it necessary to stand up, to rise up, and to move with the movement that is happening at the moment, because it is important. I remember there is a part in the Bible in Revelations that say that speak about the prophets that will die in the street. But for some reason, at the same time, he was saying that I can breathe. I can breathe wasn't only for him. I can breathe can be applied to the whole world, because at the same time, the whole world is wearing masks, where you see an application just happened the
Wow.
other day where they just want
Wow.
to shut down the whole world, and people are starting to say, but no, this does not look right, or no, this does not feel right. Something very unique is happening. And what is happening is they're changing this whole world into their own utopia, changing this world into a whole digital age, an age of new slavery. Because we came out and we start rising and we start doing things, we start shining, we start seeing the light and also heading to the light. But
Let, let
I,
me
I
let me ask you, go ahead.
yeah, and we start heading to the light. And you could see that there was an application between everything that was happening, the COVID-19 and everything, to keep us locked, to keep us chained, to put us deeper into that slavery. But something very unique happened, something very painful. But at the same time, I realized that we as black people, sometimes it takes pain for us to move, because they try to paint us as the haters. They try to paint us like we don't have love, like we don't have anything that is good. They give us the white gods and the black devils and you know what I mean, and everything black is not good. But
Right.
but there is something unique that happened. as
Right.
as as the Bible said, the prophets will die in the street, and he said that we can't breathe. And now that strike a whole another note where people even forget about what was happening and is ready to stand up, and to stand up different from how they ever stood up before, and it's that spreading throughout the world. But as I say, I did the song because I see another brother get murdered. I see that it is time. I've been waiting for that time when we all will come together and realize that we are the foundation. We build the cities. You understand? We build the bridges. We cut the cane. We made the sugar. You understand? We worked the land. We toiled. We took the blows. So
I
we are
agree.
yet we are yet the builders. We are yet the foundation of that pyramid.
Thank you so much for those words and for saying that. I think I saw a sign. I was out protesting over the weekend, and I think someone said, the slaves built this country for free. So if we want to burn it down, we can. This country was built on the backs of the slaves, and many of those slaves came to the United States by way of the Caribbean. So kudos to you for all that you did. Tell me what it was like yesterday. There was a protest in Grenada and it ended up at the U.S. Embassy. What was that like?
It was a really good and powerful move. It was a good protest. People came out with the placards and stuff like that. And we represented, we stand in solidarity to what is happening in the world today. And somebody asked me, oh, but how come when the guy died the last time in Grenada, or they didn't march and or they didn't do this and whatever it is? But you sometimes have to understand how many died before. That is the people that we are. We don't just wake up and want to fight every single day. That is what they make us look to be. Just like how they say Africa is made up of rebels and all of those things. But then when you really look at the picture that they're showing to you, it's not men with spear they're talking about. They're talking about people with guns. We didn't make no guns in Africa. You understand what I'm saying? So at the
Absolutely.
end of the day, there's
Absolutely.
always a picture being painted a certain way. That is to make you realize that it only comes down to this: when enough is enough.
Yeah, absolutely. And this time definitely felt different. I think everyone around the world felt that this was different. And to watch that horrific death, and I get emotional just thinking about it. I can't imagine, something happening like that to my child and hearing him cry out my name. All mothers,
Sad, sad,
are
sad.
dying inside, would die inside hearing that. So, it is just horrific. So I just want to again thank you for the song and for standing in solidarity with, us Caribbeans that are here living in the United States. Let me ask you this. You're a black man and you stated that, and we know that. Have you ever had any experiences here in the United States where you felt like you were being racially profiled or where you were faced with
I remember a long time ago. It was maybe back down. We drove from Miami, and we stopped. We drove from Miami, went into North Carolina, and are you there? Are you there? Yeah, your connection seems to be. Person. Are you back?
You're back.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know if you see me, if you hear me again.
Real quickly,
For some reason, I'm not hearing you.
headset.
Bless and love to my FFF gang, my friends, my fans, and family. Bless and love to the freedom fighters forever. Up, go solo.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, yes, I can hear you. Thank you for being patient. All of a sudden the sound went out. Okay. I'm sorry. So I was asking if you had ever had any experiences here in the United States where you felt you were being racially profiled or, experienced racial injustice.
Um, Most definitely. I remember back in 2000, 2008, 2009, we were driving through North Carolina, I think, and we stopped at a gas station. And walking into the gas station, there was a white woman coming out with her two kids, and she pulled those kids to the side. You understand? Saying, and looked at us like with scorn. And
Mm.
when we went out back to the vehicle, a guy pulled up in a truck, white guy pulled up in a truck, and he's like, "Oh, you the guys that they're talking about on the radio. You guys better get." And I was like, so I asked him, my friend, like, "What do you mean by get?" You know what I mean? At the time, I didn't even understand it, but we had that experience. But I'm like, I'm a New York boy too. I was a Brooklyn boy too. You know what I mean? Gritty there,
Right.
but I spent a lot of time in Brooklyn, and
Me too. Shout out to the Brooklyn
of
crew.
course, Brooklyn is an
Don't let
island.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn is
So
an
you
island.
know,
You know? Brooklyn
you
is an
don't want
island.
Brooklyn to come out, son. They don't want it. They don't want none of that. They don't want no Brooklyn. They don't want that. They don't want that.
I'm telling you, yo, Brooklyn is an island. Yeah, so in the US, what I did, you see, I try my best to understand what is happening around me and try to control my steps. So I had my time in New York around the age of 16 and stuff like that on the streets of New York, around the wrong friends and the wrong energy and stuff like that. So most definitely I got I got it with police a couple times. Well, by that time I was way younger, but growing into a man, I understand how they do function just a little bit. So what I do is like I will connect with people at a certain level, as I grow older and try to lift myself into positions that can make life also easier. So what I'm saying is I wouldn't surround myself with a crowd that is, I would say, that is functioning in a way that will attract police or any negative activity
Right.
first. Then I have police that is family in the United States, so I will carry their card and stuff like that. So the police would stop me, and I would try to make sure that I don't get into anger or an argument with them. But enough times I get pulled over. I go to a studio out in Queens. I'm a part of a studio foundation out in Long Island City, and I will be driving back to New York every late night. So like 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll be driving back to New York, and there is a back street close to the projects on that side, close to the bridge, where the
Right.
police, unmarked police cars are always over there. So I got pulled over there about 10 times because that's like my route to go home.
Right.
And there was a couple times when you could feel that racial profiling where they're trying to kind of provoke you with words, you know? So
Right.
I would kind of speak to them in a certain way or use a language that is, you understand, that will diffuse the situation in the best way.
Exactly.
So like one time they
Exactly.
stopped me and they're like, all right, where you going? Where you coming? Who's this car? Who's this car for? No questions like that. Get out of the car and speaking to me in that manner. I just how I cool I come out of the vehicle. But as I present my license, I would also give them that connection that I would have with police that is in a high authority. And so then I would then now ask them, so why did you pull me over? And they would be like, your tail light was out or whatever it is. But then I would get in the car, drive home, check the tail light, and it is fine.
Right. That's one of the excuses that is always used to stop people in New York City. Something with your tail light, or you didn't signal. That's another one.
Yeah,
You know,
no,
there's a lot of different excuses, but as Black people here in America, you're right. We are always trying to diffuse the situation because we do know that it could go left very quickly.
most definitely. So I mean, I had numerous encounters with people that exert racist energy towards me. If it's a person in a certain place, then I stop it quick, because at the end of the day, we need to educate ourselves in ways where we understand what we were, who we are, and the power that we do have. And sometimes we know we walk with fear and and anger sometimes. Both of them is not good. Fear and anger is two weak
Right.
spirit of mind. So sometimes you try to exert anger and it is not the right thing. The best thing to do is to understand yourself, understand what your rights is, and also understand the language that you can speak because you know these people be speaking a language to us and you have to know how to answer that language.
Sad but true, sad but true. And I think, what's going on now hopefully will bring about change to that. We cannot continue to operate in the same space and think that there will be different results. So we definitely are going to be working on that. So I just want to move on to a little soca before I let you go. So I know we've had these verses which have been sponsored by Swiss Beats and Timberland, and we've had the dance hall. So I'm waiting on the soca. Do you think we might see a Mr. Killer in a verses, or can we just speak it into existence right now? What's up?
I mean, most definitely, we are working hard, with the music, but also we leave a big part of it with the universe, with every positive intentions, you know what I mean, for soca music to move into that slot, into that place, and really stand strong as a genre on its own also, because I think we are ready for that, but most definitely let's put it most definitely, you are going to get soca. It's going to happen.
Absolutely. We
Most
have to
definitely.
put it out there into the universe. Now, we know, of course, you just dropped your song, We Want Justice. What other projects are you working on right now? And when things free up and we're going to be traveling, what are you going to be doing?
Well, Home right now, I always work, and I think I got more tired and burnt out during the COVID-19 more than even traveling. I was surprised. Here, where I sit right now is the last floor of the multimedia facility that I built here. So I have like a full production studio downstairs.
Big
I
up
also
yourself.
have a radio station downstairs. So I have employed a lot of young people also. So I
Nice.
have the whole team, and we working, building the radio station, doing stuff, you know what I mean, getting popular, getting known worldwide on that platform. Also, I have a non-profit organization. So during the pandemic, we provided food for like 280 something people during the pandemic. Besides the
That's
non-profit organization, also I just start a farm. So I have my own farm
nice.
now. You know, we just start
You're
a
so
farm.
enlightened. That's why I love you. You're so enlightened. You're always giving back to the community. You're always talking about, self-determination and preservation and moving forward economically, because economic freedom is part of freedom as well. So, big up yourself, Mr. Killer. I love you. I love what you're doing. Thank you for the protest. Thank you for your song, and thank you for all that you continue to do. And we look forward to seeing you again soon in Nevis. I
Yeah,
love the first, I was there for that first performance in Nevis. And even though you had just come off of surgery, no one would have ever known.
it was most definitely a good vibe. But I want to say thank you for having me on here. Also, everybody talking to the FFF gang now, my friends, fans, and family. I say somebody said first show in what, London? Wait, what she said? London first. Big up the
London.
UK. I realize the UK is in the house. Big up the New York posse. Big up everybody that is in here. Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica. Everybody, big up yourself, Barbados. Now, I want to say, go out there, go on YouTube and look for the video. The video is We
Absolutely.
Want Justice. I want you to share it with your friends, share it with your family. Now, I want to say this. We as people, I want to go back just a little bit. We as people really need to start educating, re-educating, unlearning. First to unlearn and start to re-educate ourselves about our ancestral understanding, their wisdom
Exactly.
and their knowledge and their
Exactly.
spiritual background. Our,
Exactly.
you see, they have taken everything away from us. But we've been through so much, and yet we are here. We've been beaten, we've been enslaved, and we are not slaves. We are not slaves. And people can say, oh, we were slaves. No, we were enslaved.
Exactly.
We were never
Exactly.
slaves. And
We
now
were enslaved.
we need to stop, observe, and start observe. You know, we need to start paying attention. And if we
Absolutely.
start paying attention, then we would understand what is happening. And what is happening right now is a time for us to now just join arms, join forces, and stand firm, stand strong. We've been through this before.
Absolutely.
We've been through this numerous times.
And
But
we've
we
been
are
through worse, and we've always triumphed. We've always come through. This ain't the first, this ain't the last. And we always gonna win. We always gonna come out on top. You can't hold us
so
down.
how much time, because I'm asking the question now, how much time you gonna do this to me? Eh? How much time you gonna take away my brothers, take away my sisters, take away my rights, take away my freedom? You cut off our hands, our feet, and even cut our throat many times. You sank us in the bottomless ocean, but still we made it to the plantation. We work hard, you put us in chains, we broke those chains. But after we broke those physical chains, you realized that we are indestructible. So you had another approach, and that approach was to inject mental slavery, the psychological implants of society,
And we rebuke that too.
making me carry. You make me carry inferiority, making me not understand where I come from, the kings and the queens and the people that was before me, but still I contain something. I carry them every single day, the genetical memory of my ancestors. What they have seen, what they have felt, and we have seen enough. So that's why enough
Enough.
is enough. We have felt enough. That's why now enough is enough. Why don't I have the rights to live free, to walk free, to be free? How come I don't have
Absolutely.
the rights to live? Because of the color of my skin? But little do you know, the color of my skin is the color of the skin that was standing there before all colors of skin. I carry the
Absolutely.
blood of the mother, I carry the blood of the father. This is not just about races and just white people. This is about also the people that all walk around among us and feel that they're better than everybody else, because I am not better than you as you are not better than me. We choose to do better things with our
Right.
lives. And not
Right.
all white people are bad, and not all white people are racist. But it's the racist elements of the white race. That's why they get blamed, because there's their ancestors and it's their brothers and sisters now that are doing it. And that's why they too have to rise up and stand and say that they don't represent that. So
Right.
that's why you see out there is so much of them standing with us.
Absolutely. I have to definitely recognize that this movement right now is definitely global, multiracial, multi-ethnic, all of the above. It's in the Caribbean, it's in Europe, it's in Asia, it's all over. Again, big up yourself, Mr. Killer.
Of
Thank you for
course.
what you did. Continue doing what you do. Hopefully, we'll see you soon, sometime in Atlanta. And if not, I'm just gonna fly out to wherever you at.
Grenada is the place. Grenada.
I'm there. I'm there. I gotta come be on your radio show.
Of course. Anytime, anytime. Everybody is welcome. Everybody is welcome, you know. We hope. But I just want to say again, thanks to the FFF gang. I call them the FFF
Big
gang. The
big up the
FF gang.
FFF big up the FFF gang.
You
Big up
don't
your
know.
foundation and all
Friends,
that you're
my
doing.
fans, my family. FFF gang. Friends, fans, and family.
Absolutely.
You're talking about the freedom fighters forever. You don't know. Blessed love.
Blessed love, one
Peace.
Caribbean. Peace.
Okay.
Everyone, go check out the song We Want Justice by Mr. Killer. You hear it play right now. Follow Mr. Killer if you're not already following Mr. Killer. Y'all stay safe out there. I thank you so much for joining in. If you're not already following Red Carpet Shelly, go ahead and click the follow as soon as you end this live. We give thanks for everyone on the live. These are crazy times we're living in, but we shall always prevail. We shall always come out on top. They can't stop us. We are one. One love, everybody. Peace.